In this lesson, we're going to add some floor finishes. Yes, finishes can be added to floors. Cool finishes too, like terrazzo or marble or even a shag carpet if you're designing a 70s themed hotel. Either way, this is one of the best features regarding floors. The ability to host any kind of material and material thickness. The objective of this lesson is to place a floor with the material built in for the first floor of the east wing. We will also make the floor capable of pitching to a floor drain. Open the file you've been working on, or open the file called Chapter 7 and follow along. In the project browser, make sure you're in level 1. Let's zoom in on the east wing. We're going to place a floor down on the first floor. On the Architecture tab, click the Floor button. In the Properties dialog, click the Edit Type button. Click Duplicate. For the name, call it 5-inch slab with 1-inch terrazzo. Click OK. For the structure, click the Edit button. For the thickness of the structure, let's set it down to 5 inches. Now what I want you to do is move your cursor over the number 1. You'll see a little black right-facing arrow shows up. Once you see that, pick into that cell and it's going to highlight the entire row. Click the Insert button. This is going to insert a row or a layer above the structure and above the core boundary. For the function, let's hit the drop-down and let's select Finish 1 with a delegation of 4. And when we put the slab in, I'll show you exactly what that means. We'll look at a section. For material, let's click into the By Category cell and let's click on the Builder button. We're looking for terrazzo, and I don't think they have any up in the main materials. So what we're going to do is in the Autodesk materials, let's look for it. In the AEC materials, let's scroll down until we find flooring. In flooring, let's scroll down until we find terrazzo. Once we see terrazzo, let's double click on it. Up top, let's scroll down until we find terrazzo and select it. Let's check out what our properties look like over here. Here's what it'll look like when it's rendered. Let's scroll down to see if there's any kind of patterns. Surface pattern is none. For the cut pattern, let's go ahead and supply a pattern. Click where it says none. Let's select diagonal crosshatch, the small one. Click OK. We just hatched our entire floor. Click Apply. Click OK. For terrazzo, let's give it a thickness of 1 inch. Make sure you type in 1 inch, not 1 foot. It'll be some expensive flooring. For concrete cast-in-place material, 5-inch thickness, we want to make this variable, and here's the reason. If, for some reason, this floor is going to be pitched to a floor drain, what'll happen is they would screed the concrete to the floor drain. The terrazzo would be laid on top of the already warped, the concrete cast-in-place floor. So therefore, this is a variable increment now. It's 5 inches as a default, but in some areas it could vary. One last thing to do is click the Preview button. This is what it's going to look like. When we zoom in, we have our hatch. It's slightly shaded. We have our hatch on our concrete. That's not too bad for not having to do much of anything. Click OK. Click OK. Now it's time to add it to the floor. On the Draw panel, click the Pick Walls button. Let's pick this wall, this wall, this wall, this wall, this wall, this wall, and this wall, and we should be good to go. One thing I'd like to do is clean up this area right here. So go ahead and hit Escape a couple times and use your Pick Lines button. Let's pick this wall, the edge of this slab, and this wall. It's getting a little messy, so we better clean it up. Click the Split button. Make sure Delete Inner Segment is selected. Make sure you get this line. If you're not getting the right line, go ahead and hit the Tab button, and it'll switch to the right one. Click that line. Now click that line. Again, if you're not getting the right one, hit Tab. Looks like we have some trimming to do. So go ahead and click on the Trim Extend the Corner button. Let's go right around it. Trim this and this, this and this, this to this, this to this. Now our slab edges meet. Hit Escape a couple times and zoom out. Let's do the old trick of highlighting one of them, hitting the Tab key, and making sure everything's highlighted. Once we're done, click on Finish Edit Mode. Our new floor is in. Let's go to a 3D view and check it out. Let's look at the bottom. We have a floor. If we look really close, we'll see that concrete there. This one will have a nice terrazzo finish. Let's go down to level 1. Let's double click on this section right here. Zoom in. Notice that we have a floor here. If we were to change the scale, go ahead and change the scale to say 1/2 inch equals a foot. Zoom back in on the same area. Notice now that that hatch pattern will automatically scale based on the scale of our view. That's a fantastic thing. Change it back to 1/8 of an inch. That was just a demonstration. Let's go back down to level 1 floor plans and make sure everything's okay. I think it is. We've examined it pretty well. What I want to do now is go up to level 2. Level 2 is floorless. So what I'd like to do up here in level 2 is add a floor. Let's change our detail level to fine. Let's go ahead and go to the Architecture tab and click on the Floor button. We want the same exact floor, however, we're going to place it a little bit differently. We want to put it into the core center line, because this is how a floor on the second floor would go. This would be a gypsum wall that would frame it deck to deck. The slab would come out to here, and then the brick facade would be clipped onto it. Pick a point here. Pick a point here, but don't pick the radial wall. Pick a point here and here and here. Hit Escape a couple times. Now, what I'd like you to do is, on the Draw panel, click the Line button. I want you to draw a line straight across from here down to here, and then hit Escape a couple times. What we're doing is we're building a ledge here. This is going to be an open foyer all the way up to the roof. We'll put a nice staircase in here. It's going to be awesome. So zoom out. Let's take a look at it. I think everything's good. Let's click the Finish Edit Mode button. Now, we're going to get a couple questions. It's asking us if we'd like the walls that go up to this floor's level to attach to its bottom. And we do, because when we model these floors, unbeknownst to us, we model them from level 1 to level 2, meaning they're going all the way up to the finished floor on level 2. What we're telling Revit to do is to cut those walls down and physically attach them to the bottom of the floor. That way, if the floor rises or lowers, those walls are going to go with it. So click on Yes. And it's also going to ask us if they want to cut the geometry out of this wall, because we framed it right into it. So it's asking us if we want to cut that 6-inch strip out. We do, and that's going to really help us on our quantity takeoffs as well. With the floor still selected, click the Copy to Clipboard button. Go to a 3D view. Go to the Modify tab. Go to Paste, Align to Selected Levels. Let's paste it up to level 3, 4, and 5. Once you see this, click OK. Our floors are now in.